Yes, we're on the sports segment of the weekend show. Hallelujah. My name is Kelechi Onwudiwe. Great to be back here again this Saturday. Great Saturday it is. The dry season, I think, is slowly making its way this way. We've got a lot to talk about today, but I'm not just going to do it alone this morning. I got a guest, who will deal with all the issues that we're going to raise on this show with me. And I have my man, Barrister Mani Ikpebe. He's a sports lawyer and a broadcaster as well. Mani, welcome
Thank you very much, Kelechi. Thank you for having me.
Yes. First off, Mani, let's just a great result from third to first in a matter of 4 days for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 2 victories against Libya. Igalo, I don't know what he took. Yeah, that's the guy we've been, I'm one of his greatest critics, but he really cleared a whole lot of people's doubts.
And now, of course. Just like what you said, whatever he took, he should continue taking it.
He should continue taking it.
Because 10 goals, 5 goals in 28 games. Then 5 goals in 2 games.
In 2 games.
That's 10 goals. You can check the statistics that the guy is such of a resurgence for him. And so it has helped in taking the Eagles to where they're supposed to be, because you cannot be trailing in that group. Yeah. So it's fantastic. And the goals actually came out of somebody who knew how to score them.
Of course. If I got 3 of them in Uyo, on last Saturday. Yeah. But Mani, the goal that took my breath away was goal number 4. Which actually happens to be one of our goals of the week today on the sports segment of the weekend. Samuel Kalu making his debut. He plays for Bordeaux in the French Ligue 1. Yeah. If you want to score on your debut, your first international goal, that's the way he took that is exactly how you want to open your account.
Exactly my point. That's the only way to announce yourself on the international stage. The goal was fantastic. Easily taken, so much confidence. He knew what he wanted to do, and he executed it with fantastic technique.
Yeah, I do believe we've got that footage, of Samuel Kalu's goal. That was Nigeria's 4th. That's the young man in his club colors. But how about that for a finish? The caller took Nashnush out. I didn't see him for the second leg. I think he really
maybe broke a spine or something.
And something like that. And the build-up was
the build-up was fantastic.
Great.
You see,
they
took the
back,
ball
the
outside 18, and then he knew what he wanted to do.
That's the way you want to open your account.
That's how to announce
as an international striker. And this man, Raheem Sterling, he's not scored for 3 years, but when you want to break your duck or your drought, get a target like that. People have told him drop the young man, but he persisted, and eventually his faith was repaid. You're not going to get to that, man. Even if there was a second keeper, I don't think they'll get there. So the 2 goals of the week, guys, and like how we did it, guys, remember last time we gave you 2 goals, and we told you to go to all our social media platforms and vote. Which one is your best goal? Is it the goal scored by Samuel Kalu for the Super Eagles, or the goal scored by Raheem Sterling against David De Gea, in England's shock 3-2 win against Spain in Seville? That's not everything that's happened.
I thought you were going to ask me which was my best.
No, I'm not going to ask you.
Okay, because I'm biased already.
You're biased already. So, and you've already said what it is going to be. But very quickly, ITO Cup final, that's the Federation Cup final. A lot of older Nigerians know it as the Challenge Cup final. It holds next Wednesday. Yes. Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba. But all the big problems seem to be, what has happened to the glory of this competition? We don't have another domestic competition apart from that. Well, this year, I think the only good thing we have about the final is the fact that it's 2 big guns, who contest the Rangers International of Enugu, 5-time champions, and Kano Pillars in the final for the first time in their history, despite having won the league title 4 times. So, first, how do you think that's going to go, the final?
Well, the finals is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a cracker. That one I know of, because Rangers is a fantastic team. Kano Pillars, just as I say, 2 big guns. It's like having Man U and Chelsea play finals, or you have Inter Milan and AC Milan, or you have the big teams in Europe in a league play. But then, just as you said, it's so much bedevilled with a lot of inadequacies and lack of preparation, and of course publicity. You cannot take a game of that magnitude and put it in the midweek and you expect people to come and watch. No. That's not.
Now, funny enough, I think people are trying to use their own initiative to add glamour to the competition. The Enugu State government said they are putting 50 buses. They're making it available for fans to go there. You know, the venue kind of favors anyway. It's not too far away. You understand? And then the Anambra State governor said he was going to mobilize 22 buses. And I'm wondering, that's about an 18,500 or 20,000 capacity stadium. Where are they all going to sit? Well, I'm assuming it's only, you know, the guys who are coming that will be there, because Kano Pillars, they have fans wherever they go.
Of course.
Yeah, they flew down there yesterday. But to be honest, this hasn't been well organized. Everything, you know.
You see, all the shoddy preparations we have in Nigeria when it comes to sports is still showing in this competition. Just like you said, it's the biggest club domestic competition in Nigeria. And so it has to have all the glamour that it's supposed to have. But of course, you don't have that.
So the NFF needs to do a lot more.
A lot more in publicity, in ratings and advertisement, and of course, in putting the cup where it is. Just like you said, it's the Challenge Cup that is supposed to be.
All right. And just yes or no, Enyimba, second leg against Raja on Wednesday, can they make it?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's a tall, it's a tall order.
All right. So, you know, last week, international weekend, this week, the leagues are back across Europe. Great games. We're just going to look at some individual fixtures. You can see what's coming up in England. And that #1 game, that is what, you know, we're looking at. Chelsea Man United. Is this the game that finally takes Mourinho out?
Well, Mourinho has been bedeviled with the third season course. Everybody knows. And then Chelsea, Stamford Bridge is the old stomping ground for him.
He lost 3 times when they were United.
Yeah, of course. So it's not going to be an easy one, but I'll root for a Chelsea over Man United.
Okay. The London derby also does look good. You know, West Ham against Tottenham, and well, Arsenal against Leicester. You expect to have goals plenty.
Goals galore.
You know,
the London derby. It will be a no-brainer. Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's the first time hearing that this weekend. And Man City you expect to win against you know, Burnley. Now the big game here, or rather, is Stuttgart against Dortmund and Wolfsburg against Bayern. Bayern has been misfiring under former player Niko Kovac, and the Bayern board has been telling the German press to lay off Bayern Munich because they said they're too harsh, you know, on the guy, saying the coach should be sacked 5 matches, 6 matches into the season. Is that too harsh?
Yeah, that's a little too harsh, but then Bayern have set serious standards that they should live up to. Okay. So if you don't deliver, well, you take the flak. Our
game is the last one. Inter Milan against AC Milan.
At the San Siro, always a cracker. Always a cracker. So I'm expecting a fantastic game from that.
And it looks like Serie A is really coming up. I mean,
of course, they signed. They took Ronaldo to Serie A. So what exactly do you expect? Okay, one man changed the league.
Yeah, there's a massive one. Yesterday, Alaves won 1-0 away to Celta Vigo. So they are top of La Liga. But there's a giant game tomorrow, Sevilla, you know, against Barcelona. That's in the Primera Liga. Whoever wins the game goes top. You understand? That's the late Saturday night game. I don't know how it pans out.
Be a cracker.
It's actually Barcelona at home at the
at the Camp Nou. It's going to be a cracker actually. But I expect
Messi magic to settle it.
Of course, now he's always Messi.
Usually.
One man, right on squad. So,
all right.
I expect him to win. I expect Barcelona.
Okay, well, Real Madrid they play first against Levante. If they do win, they will actually go top. Another heavy game there, Villarreal against Atletico Madrid. Although at Villarreal they've been misfiring. Valencia themselves, they play Leganes. You believe Valencia is just about 2 points above the drop zone. Well, if they win that game, they are going to move at least 3 places up to about 12 on the table.
It's too early in the season to worry who's going to drop, who's going to stay there.
Or who's going to stay up.
So, but for now, they can misfire and pick up in the middle half of the season, but it's still okay.
All right, so let's just shift our attention, you know, away from football now and, you know, talk some boxing. You know, Floyd Mayweather, when he smells money, he busts out of retirement. That man, to your left there, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Russian who beat Conor McGregor, the last man Mayweather beat. He said, well, that he's beaten everyone there is in UFC, everyone that matters. He wants that man. And when you want that man, you want money. So he says, bring it on. So you think it will happen?
It's just, of course, it's just fraud now. It will happen. How much did Conor McGregor pocket when he fought Mayweather?
Yeah.
£100 million. So he wants that kind of money.
And of course, he looks like he's going to get more.
Of course, he's going to get more actually because right now he's the reigning champion. He's defeated Conor McGregor. So what do you expect? And Mayweather is just a fraud.
Why do you call him a fraud?
Mayweather has escaped fighting everybody who mattered at their prime. and then he's always coming to look for money.
And he was Pacquiao again. They said they may do it again before the end of the year.
He fought Pacquiao when he was 28, 25.
Yeah,
that's when he should have fought Pacquiao. He's been running from fighting American for so long.
But he beat a man I'm going to talk about, Saul Canelo Alvarez, when he was young, and he beat him at his prime. He beat Oscar De La Hoya at his prime.
Of course,
you understand?
Those are but then
he beat Bernard Hopkins. So those these are legends he beat.
At the time he was in his prime, best pound for pound was Manny Pacquiao. Why did he not fight him?
Okay, well, you probably got a point there. But Alvarez signed a $275 million deal.
Yeah. And
you understand? And Mayweather is angry because he says that's my kind of money, the kind of money I should be making. So we'll round up with Formula One. Lewis Hamilton, can he win at Austin, Texas tomorrow? If he wins,
that becomes his 5th title.
His 5th title, and only 2 other men have done that. Manuel Fangio and, of course, the legend Michael Schumacher. You think he can win? He will win, actually, tomorrow.
But
if he wins,
on Vettel.
And Vettel comes anything below 3rd.
Well, you've already said it.
Okay,
so we're just waiting for Vettel to come below 10,
right?
so that it's a done deal for him.
All right, guys, that's a breezy word with Manny, lawyer turned broadcaster turned sports analyst. Well, Manny, it's wonderful to have you. Always a pleasure here.
Thank you very much.
All right, so guys, that's where we knock it off on on the sports segment of the weekend for this Saturday. A whole lot more is coming. First up, Trends with Ina, and then, of course, she goes ahead to give you all the great entertainment for the week. Bye-bye.